Hi, it's Leslie Fightmaster, and today is day 72 out of our 90-day yoga fix, our yoga fix 90. Bring the hands together to your heart. Take a moment to set an intention for your practice. So leaning forward, we'll just make our way right onto our backs. So this class is for Bhujapidasana. So our pose today will lead to Bhujapidasana, which is a hip opener and a shoulder opener. So bend your right knee in happy baby, but extend your left leg out onto the floor. So it's half happy baby, and it helps to stretch out your hips. Bhujapidasana is an arm balance as well. Now we'll straighten the right leg. You can hold on behind your thigh or down by your ankle, or take your toe. Keep your left leg nice and active. The toes point up toward the ceiling. As you exhale, take your right leg open to the right. Keep your left hip pressing down onto the floor and look over the left shoulder. Keep the breath nice and steady here. Inhale through center. Exhale, lift your head and shoulders up. A little ab work. So use your core and ab muscles more and your arm strength less. And release, and we'll switch. Or actually not yet. Take the right ankle above the left knee and thread the needle first. So flex your right ankle, pull it back. Your ankle be just a little past your knee. And release it. Left leg into half happy baby. Right leg extends. So your left knee is moving toward your armpit. And your right toes are pointed up toward the ceiling. And breathing into the left hip. Give it a little bit of a stretch. And then we'll extend the left leg out so we can stretch out our hamstrings some. So you can hold on anywhere on the left leg or take the toe. Or if you have a yoga strap, you can put that around the ball of your foot. And then as you take your next exhale, we'll open the left leg to the left. Keep your right hip pressing down and look over your right shoulder. Keep breathing here. And then back to center. Exhale, knee to nose touch or knee to nose-ish touch, depending, doesn't matter. And we'll release. Hug the knees in and roll yourself up. And then roll forward. Make our way onto the hands and knees. Take your right arm to the right and sweep it underneath your left arm. And left fingertips pop up as you pull your left hip back. And then take your right arm behind your back. Now roll your roll your left shoulder back. That's your left hand at the low back. Pulling your right hip back. Come on through center. Back to table, then left arm out, stretch it out. Bring it underneath onto the left arm. Pop up on the right fingertip, start to twist. Pull the right hip back as you do. And then we'll take the right hand over to the low back or hook it onto the left thigh. Rolling your right shoulder back. And bringing your collarbones wider as your shoulder blades move in toward each other. Release that back into table. And then make your way into down dog. Arms, shoulders distance, the feet hips width. And feel free to bicycle the legs, bending one knee and the other. Or you don't have to. You can stay static. You could also move into your hips a little bit or your shoulders. But try and, on your inhale, lift your belly, come to plank. Back to the knees lifted. So we've got to use our ab muscles here. Back to down dog on your exhale. Outer upper arms, triceps spinning back toward the feet. Inhale again to plank. Press away from the floor. Get the backs of the knees to press up toward the ceiling. Reach through your heels. Exhale back. Lift the hips. Down dog. And once more, come to plank as you inhale. Exhale, hug your elbows in, lower to the floor. Interlace your fingers at your low back. Inhale, lift up into Shalabhasana. Shalabhasana, locust pose, widening the collarbones. Reach your knuckles toward the heels. And hands by the ribs. Inhale to cobra, low or high. And exhale, make your way into down dog. Stretching back, come to plank. Chaturanga, all the way again to the floor. You can always take your knees down. Interlace other pinky on top. And inhale to lift everything up. Knuckles toward the heels, inner thighs spinning up. Release, hands by the ribs. Inhale and press up. And as you exhale, downward facing dog. Let's walk the hands and feet toward each other. And grab your opposite elbows and just gently hang and rock from side to side. Ragdoll pose. Bend the knees as needed. If the knees are straight, though, pull up on your kneecaps and firm your quadriceps. Hands to hips. Come on up on your inhale to the front of the mat. Inhale, the arms reach. Exhale, hinge from your hips and fold. Inhale, come halfway up, lengthen. Exhale, Chaturanga Dandasana, step or hop. Inhale, pressing up, and exhale back into down dog. So if you jump back, make sure your elbows bend in Chaturanga so you don't hurt your elbows, the backs of the elbows, or your low back. Look up, step or hop the feet. Inhale and lengthen, and exhale, fold forward. Inhale, press down, reaching up, stretch. Exhale, Samastitihi. Again, inhale the arms. Exhale and fold. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, step or float, Chaturanga. Inhale, press to open the front of the body. Exhale, downward facing dog. Breathing here. Press onto the base of the fingers, lift away with your forearms, gaze between your knees or your feet. Keep your belly lifting. And reach your weight toward the heels. Look up, step or hop your feet up. Inhale and lengthen. Exhale and fold. Press down, rise up, inhaling. Exhale the hands. Again, inhale, reaching up. Exhale and fold in. Inhale, come halfway up and lengthen. Exhale, Chaturanga Dandasana. Inhale, upward dog or cobra. And exhale to down dog. Oh, my allergies are acting up today, so if I sneeze, that's why. So walk the hands back to the feet and come into a squat. So either halfway down or drop your hips down into Malasana and start to press the inner thighs toward your triceps, your outer upper arms. And then keep pressing as you take your hands to the floor. Lean forward, press away from the floor, and maybe lift your feet up, one or both. It's a little variation on Bakasana. And then come back into your squat, Malasana. Keep squeezing the legs with the arms, the legs on the arms. Goodness. Walk yourself back out into down dog. Float the right leg up on your inhale. Step it through on the exhale, come up into crescent. Spin the triceps forward now, pull the right hip back. Exhale through Chaturanga. Inhale, pressing through the hands and feet. Exhale to downward dog. Left leg up, inhale. Exhale, step it through. Inhaling, into crescent. Exhaling back, one long exhale through Chaturanga. Then an inhale into up dog and an exhale back into down dog. Stretch back here. So still just warming up the body with some sun salutations. Remember, you can always rest with a child's pose whenever you like. Look forward, bend the knees, step or hop your feet up. Inhale, halfway up, lengthen. Exhale, fold forward, bend the knees, Utkatasana, reach up. And Samastitihi, hands to the heart. And bend the knees again, chair pose, reaching up, weight in the heels. Exhale, knees toward the armpits, Bakasana. So you're going to round your upper back again. Squeeze the legs toward each other, even though they're not on the outsides of the arms. Bring your heels up towards your buns. Straighten out your arms if you can. Keep the gaze forward, step or float, Chaturanga. Inhaling up. Exhale to down dog. Step the right foot up, back foot flat. Come up into warrior one. Just one breath. As you exhale, lower down, elbows in. Inhale and press up. Exhale to downward dog. Left foot steps on the inhale, rise up. And exhale, back through Chaturanga, hug your elbows in. Inhale, open up the front of the body. Exhale into downward facing dog. Few breaths here. Again, if you want to break, take the knees down and rest. Come back to your steady breathing. Look forward, step or hop your feet up. Lengthen, inhale. Exhale and fold. Bend your knees, chair pose, reach up, weight in the heels. And exhale to Samastitihi. Same thing. Inhale, bend the knees, chair pose, drop the hips and reach up, Utkatasana. Bring your hands down the center, open the knees, take them up toward the armpits, lean your weight forward, keep your gaze forward, press away from the floor, upper back rounds a little, pick up your feet if you can. Gazing forward, step or float, Chaturanga. Inhaling to press up and exhale back. Right foot steps, back foot is flat, rise up on the inhale. As you exhale, lower down. Inhaling up and exhaling back. Left foot steps, back foot is flat, rise up, inhaling. As you exhale, back through Chaturanga. Inhaling, press through your hands and feet. Exhaling into down dog, breathing here again. So remember, if you want to take a rest, take it. Right leg up on your inhale. Exhale, step it through, back foot flat. Come into Virabhadrasana 2, warrior 2. Make sure the knee is over the ankle. And then interlace your fingers behind your back. Open the chest, inhaling. And exhaling to come forward. Your right shoulder down towards your right knee. And lifting up through your arms. Allow the crown of your head to reach toward the floor. And it can reach any amount. Come back to center, warrior 2. Walk your back foot in a little bit or not. Shift your hips back for triangle pose. Reach forward, right hand to the floor or foot or shin. Stretch your left arm in line with your left ear and then sweep that left hand down and bring it behind your back. Hold on to your shirt or reach around and hook it onto your right thigh. But roll your top shoulder back as you do. So you want the shoulder blades to move in toward each other and the collarbones to widen. And then look back to the floor. And move through Chaturanga. Inhaling up. Exhaling back. Left leg up, inhale. Exhale, step it to the middle of the hands, back foot flat into warrior 2. That knee in line with the second toe. Interlace the other pinky on top. Open your chest on your inhale. Exhale and come forward. Your left shoulder toward the left knee. Let your head hang down. Keep pressing through the outer edge of the back foot and keep weight in your back leg, your back inner thigh lifted. Come on up as you inhale, back to warrior 2. And then straighten that leg, heel toe in a little bit or not. Shift your hips back into Trikonasana. Triangle pose. Exhale, extend your right arm by your right ear. Stretching, and then release your right hand down, take it behind your back or hook it onto the left thigh and roll the top shoulder back. Keep reaching the crown of your head forward. And look down, take the hands to the mat, Vinyasa, Chaturanga, inhaling, up dog or cobra, and back to down dog on the exhale. Stretch back here, get some length through your spine. Right leg up again on your inhale. Exhale, step it in the middle of the hands, spin your back heel flat. Come back into warrior two. Reverse your warrior right away. Bend into the right knee. Come back up on your inhale. Exhale, right forearm to the right thigh, and take your left hand again behind your back. So you can keep your right forearm on the right thigh, or maybe slide it down, hold the ankle or to the floor. Or you can take your right hand on the inside of the right thigh, interlocking if that is part of your practice. So I'm clasping hands and then reaching the knuckles toward the back of my mat, toward my back heel. And release hands on inside of the right foot. Pick up your back heel for lizard. It's another hip stretch. So you can stay up on your hands or you can come down to your forearms. If you have a yoga block, you can put your forearms on a block. And then coming back up, we're going to press the right hand onto the right calf and work that right shoulder underneath the thigh. And then reach your right arm to your low back. So you can't see it so well, but I'm got my right hand toward the lower back just to wrap it. And then Ekapada Kundanyasana. Left elbow underneath the hip if you like. Lean forward to pick up the back leg and then step it back through Chaturanga. Inhaling up, exhaling back. Inhale, the left leg floats up. And exhale, step it between your hands. Back foot is flat, warrior two. And bend into the knee. Reverse, exhale, bend the left knee a little bit more. Inhaling up, lean forward, left forearm to the left thigh, right arm up. And then the right hand behind your back. Keep the left hand where it is. Or slide it down, hold the ankle or to the floor. Or take it on the inside of the thigh. And reach back to hold on to the right arm or hand. And then extend your arms back toward the back of your mat. As you roll the right shoulder or the top shoulder back, which is your right shoulder, your shoulder blades move toward each other. Release the hands to the inside of the left foot to make sure the knee stays over the ankle. You can stay right up on your hands here. Back knee can be on or off the floor. Or come down to the forearms or forearms on a block. So if your left knee is turning out to the left a little, turn your toes in the same direction so they still line up. And we'll practice getting that leg over the shoulder. So press the left hand onto the calf, work that knee around, and then lift up the left hand and take it to the low back. Just to give you a little feeling of what when we get to Bhujapidasana. So lean all your weight forward, pick up your front leg, lean forward enough so the back leg comes up. Extend through both legs, and then take that foot back, stepping or hopping, inhaling to up dog or cobra, exhaling into down dog. Inhale your right leg, step it between the hands, walk your feet to the left, parallel your feet. Inhale and lengthen your spine. And then interlace your fingers. As you exhale, start to fold forward. Hips over the heels. Squeeze your outer hips, inner thighs toward each other. And stretching out the shoulders. Remember to try not to lock the elbow joint. I know it's hard in this one. And then take your hands to the floor. Either hop your feet together and sit down, or you can slide your legs apart. So if you sat down, take your legs wide, or you're sliding down toward Upavista Konasana. Toes and knees will point up toward the ceiling. So get a nice inner thigh stretch. Inhale the nice long spine. You can stay totally up, or you could come forward any amount. Squeezing the outer hips and inner thighs again toward the midline, pointing your toes and your knees toward the ceiling. Breathing here. And as usual, remember it doesn't matter how deep you get into a pose. Come on up on your inhale. Feet together. Step or hop them back out. And then turn your right leg all the way out. Walk your hands to the front of the mat. Chaturanga. Inhaling up. Exhale back. On your inhale, the left leg floats up. Exhale, step it between the hands, back foot flat, parallel your feet. Inhale, lengthen toes in a little. Interlace other pinky on top. As you exhale, folding forward, hips over the heels, reach the crown of your head toward the floor. If all the weight is in your heels, shift it slightly toward the balls of your feet, carefully. As you inhale, release. Hands to the floor, step the feet together, sit down, or slide all the way out into Upavista Konasana, the middle, toward the middle split. Well, the middle split's actually Somo Konasana if you're all the way. Otherwise, if you sit your buns down and your feet come, or your legs come a little bit forward, that's Upavista. Lengthen, inhale. And again, exhale to come forward any amount. Never matters how far. Just keep your toes and your knees pointed up toward the ceiling. And as always, steady breath. Inhale, walk yourself up. Cross your shins, lean forward, step or hop your feet out. Walk your hands to the front of the mat. Chaturanga. Inhale, press up. And exhale back. Walk your hands back to your feet. Hold on to your ankles or your legs. And as you exhale, just fold forward. Try and get in there maybe a little bit deeper with your feet hips width apart. Reaching the crown of the head down. Stretching out the back body, then look forward and walk yourself into down dog. For Bhujapidasana, step or hop your feet to the outsides of the hands. So with your right hand, press your right calf, work your right shoulder under the leg. Do the same with the left. So you can stay right here practicing getting your knees over your shoulders. That's definitely challenging. Or hands behind your heels or on blocks. Sit your hips down. And then start to lift maybe one leg, maybe lift the other, maybe both, crossing right foot over left and squeezing. So the legs really need to squeeze on the arms. And the hips drop down, the upper back's rounded a little bit. So your hands can be on blocks instead of the floor if you can't reach the floor. And just release it. Come back through a chaturanga, inhaling up, exhaling back. And we'll do it one more time. So grab blocks, 2 blocks, or big phone books, whatever you have handy if you can't reach the floor. Or just stay working, getting the shoulders moving underneath the legs any amount. Look forward, step or hop the feet to the outsides of the hands. Right hand to the calf, work the right shoulder under. Left hand to the calf, work the left shoulder. Try and get those under there as much as you can. Fingertips face front behind the heels. Sit your hips down. And maybe again crossing right ankle over left. Squeeze the legs. Bhujapidasana means arm pressing pose. Then maybe extend the legs out for Titibhasana. And one knee, the other knee, Bakasana. Step or float back, Chaturanga. Inhaling up. Exhaling back. If you've never done that before and you want to practice, push pause and go through it a couple more times if you like. It's not easy. And it can look much prettier than mine. Inhale to plank and lower all the way to the floor. Arms by your sides. And lift everything up into Shalabhasana. So now we'll stretch out the front of the body. Inner thighs lifted up. Breathe into your chest. And then come down to rest. Again, lift up, this time arms in line with the ears, stretch forward. Superhero stance, like you're flying through the air. And come down to rest. So you're either going to stay with one of those poses, or if you can take bow pose, Dhanurasana, you'll bend the knees, take the pinky toe sides of your feet. Inhale, lift up, and press your feet back. Widen across the collarbones. This stretches out the shoulders. And breathe into the chest. Keep lifting the legs up and pressing them back. Come down to rest. We're going to do one more. I know some people like to hold on to the feet in between Dhanurasanas, which you're welcome to do, but I always like to release mine. Bend the knees, reach back for the pinky toe sides of the feet, lift up and press back. So you want your knees to be about as wide as the hips, not wider. Feet can be together or apart. Widen the collarbones, chin is parallel with the floor, and then lower down. Rest. Hands by the ribs, inhale to press up, roll the shoulder heads back. Exhale to downward facing dog. Stretching out the spine, then look up, step or hop through and sit. Take the right knee, bend it, right sole of the foot to the inner left thigh. Reach arms up. Exhale, turn toward the straight leg and extend forward, hinging from your hips. Janushirasana. Inhale, lengthen. Try to get a little more length on your right side if you can. And a little more length on your left side so that both sides are even. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, release. Straighten the right leg, bend the left. Reach up on your inhale. Turn toward the straight leg. Exhale, forward. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale to extend and try to get a little more length on the right side so that both sides are working toward being even. Remember, it never matters how deep you get. It's better to not drop the head and round your back. It's much better to extend the spine and keep the chest lifted. Head up, inhale, release, exhale. And then come onto your back, hug your right knee into your chest, and take it over toward the left side to twist. Looking over the right shoulder. In through center, hug the knee in and release it. Left leg hugging in. And I take it across, twisting. Look over the left shoulder. The right leg can be bent or straight. Come back to center. And we'll make our way into our final resting pose. So getting comfortable. Allow your feet to flap open, arms by your sides with your palms faced up. And just relax. So we made it through the whole first limb, the yamas. Now we're at, we're still on the first, no, we're on the second limb. We're on the second limb. Second limb are the niyamas. And niyama, they're types of self-discipline that we try to keep in ourselves. So the first one is called saucha. And basically it just means cleanliness. So it's a good self-discipline to take a shower and wash your clothes and wash your mat. It's also a really good self-discipline to keep the food that you eat, keep clean food so that your insides are clean as well. So let you rest now. Awakening your body, move your hands and feet, stretch your arms and legs. And bend your knees, roll to your right, pausing for gratitude for all of our blessings. And make your way up to seated. Take your comfortable seated position, your hands together, Anjali Mudra. Hands to our forehead, reminding us to have clear and loving thoughts. Our hands to our heart, reminding us to have clear and loving intentions. And our hands to our mouth to remind us to have clear and loving communications. Sending this wonderful energy to all beings everywhere. Namaste. Thank you so much for joining me today. I hope you come back tomorrow. Please push the like button if you liked our class. And leave me a comment. Let me know how your 90 days are going. Share this with your friends and subscribe, all that great stuff. And if you can afford to make any sort of donation, there's a link below. All amounts are always welcome to help us with our mission to get yoga to as many people around the globe as possible. So we think the world will be an even better place. Thank you so much. Bye-bye.